And then, London, I know you didn't get to share anything. Maybe at the end, if you think of anything, you can share at the end, okay? All right, you guys, let's go to grammar, page 121. That's where we're going today, page 121. 121. We're getting pretty far in this book now. And this is new. This is something new you're going to learn today, and it's called the adverb clause. You guys already know about adverbs, and those are the ones that have the ly ending at the end. Sawyer, did you have something to say?
Um, I just want to tell you I didn't really have enough time to finish my grammar.
Oh, okay. Well, you can finish it later and then just turn it in when you get it done. It's okay. And Julio?
Yeah, I we were really busy, so I just finished it this morning.
Okay. That's okay. Try to get it in on Google Classroom whenever you guys get it done. Okay, that's okay. Thank you for telling me. So an adverb clause is going to be different than an adverb. We already know adverbs have ly, and you guys use that in as a dress up in your writing already, and you use it or you find it in grammar. Here comes Ashlyn, so I'm going to let her in. But this is a little different. It says an adverb clause is a group of words that begins with a www word. And I'm going to tell you what that means in a second, so don't worry. And contains a subject and a verb. An adverb clause must be added to a sentence that is already complete. And then it says memorize it. www word, which I'll tell you what those are in a minute, plus subject plus verb. It's almost like a who which clause because a who which clause has who or which plus the subject and verb is it part of the who which clause. So clauses have verbs in them, but phrases do not. Remember how you guys find the prepositional phrase? That's totally different. There's no verb in that. But this is considered a clause. Now, the tricky thing about this is it doesn't have an ly. An ly adverb is separate. These are clauses. So look right here. It says use the acronym www.asia.b to learn the 8 most common www words. Now, this is just a fun way for you guys to remember these words www.asia.b. That's just a fun way. It sounds like a website, huh? It sounds like you could look that up. Well, you can try, but it's just going to take you to the continent Asia. Hi, Ashlyn. I like your glasses. You look cute. So we're on page 121. Okay. And we're talking about the www.asia.b. It sounds like a website, but this is just a way to memorize these words. So look at this part right here in the dark. Each W stands for a word. And then A stands for a word, SIA, and then B. So the W's are when, that W stands for when. The next W is while. The next W is where. A, as. S, since, I, if, A, although, and B, because. So these stand for words. So if you can memorize www.asia.b and remember what each letter stands for, then you'll know these are the words that start an adverb clause. So these are the words you're going to look for when you start it. So it's when, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. So I want you guys to stay muted so it doesn't echo. And we're going to read this together. So you can read it at home or wherever you're at with me. Okay, let's read these words. Ready, read. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Okay, read it again. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Now we're going to read it a little bit faster. Okay. Ready, read. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Again, when, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Now let's try to do it super fast. Okay. Ready, read. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Did you get it? Those are the words. Now memorize that. So what I want you to do after class is go ask your mom or your dad or your uncle or whoever lives with you and ask them, "Do you know what an adverb clause starts with?" And I bet you they're going to say no, because it's been a while since they learned it. And then you can say, "Well, I do." And then you can tell them when, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. And then they'll be like, "What? You're so smart." And then you can go, "I know, I'm smart. I know the adverb clause words." And then they'll be like, "Wow, I'm impressed." All right, so those are the words. You can say, "Mrs. C told me." I know the words. Then you're going to mark it with parentheses, like you do for the who, which clause. Remember how we put parentheses around those? Okay, same thing here. So you're going to look for one of those words, and then you're going to mark it with parentheses around the adverb clause and write AC. AC stands for adverb clause. Above the WWW word, which is the first word, write V above each verb and S above each subject. Here are your examples. The first one says, as the nose grew, it became long and heavy. We're talking about the soldier. Remember the soldier that ate the apples? Yeah. Now he's got a problem. His nose won't stop growing and kind of reminds me of Pinocchio. Remember when he lies, his nose gets really long? But his is heavy, so it almost reminds me of Squidward in SpongeBob. You know how big his nose is? So he's got a problem here. But anyway, look at the beginning. As. That's the A right here in Asia. This first A stands for as. So that's the first word of the clause, the adverb clause. As the nose grew. And remember, it needs to have a subject and verb too. So that's how you know where it begins and where it ends as the subject or as the nose grew. And you're going to label it with AC for adverb clause. And then here's another example. It's after the first part. It says, the soldier sat because his nose was too long. So the word because is the be here. That's the beginning of the adverb clause. Because his nose was too long. It's the whole rest of the sentence here, all the way to the period. And so basically, it's just going to complete that thought. That's how you know where it begins and ends. You'll see the pattern once we start practicing this, but it has to have a subject and a verb pair inside of it. So that is the adverb clause, because his nose was too long. And then there's two comma rules here, okay? One way we do use the comma, and the pattern is if the adverb clause comes first, AC, comma, MC. If the adverb clause comes first in the sentence, you need a comma. Ashlyn, did you have a question?
You do like that with like all of the ones, like all of the words?
Well, in your grammar book, yes.
Yeah,
It's going to
yeah.
be on your
That's what I was
list.
talking
So, yeah.
about. Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you in a minute. But so this is the pattern. If the adverb clause comes first, you need a comma. If the main clause comes first and then the adverb clause, you don't need a comma for that. Those are the patterns right there. So look at your examples. This first example has the adverb clause first in the sentence, and notice the comma right here after grew. So when the adverb clause comes first, you need a comma and then the rest of the sentence. When the adverb clause comes at the end, like this one, you don't need a comma. Okay, so that's the comma rule. And there's one more thing to talk about on this page, and it says think about it. Many words can be used as different parts of speech. However, a word can perform only one part of speech at a time. Remember, part of speech is like nouns, verbs, adjectives, all those types of words, plus clauses. So these can only be used in one way at a time. So for example, it says, because of, notice that of is next to that. Because of, that is a preposition that begins a prepositional phrase. Remember, we underline those in the book. So because of is different than if you just use the word because. Because is a WWW word. We already know that. It's here. It doesn't have of next to it. It's just because. That begins an adverb clause. So here's the two different ways right here. There's two different ways it can be used in a sentence. The first example shows a prepositional phrase. The soldier sat because of his long nose. See how they underline that? That is actually a prepositional phrase, because of. And here's the pattern for the prepositional phrase. It's the preposition, because of, plus a noun, knows, but there's no verb. So that's what I want you to remember. There's no verb in a prepositional phrase. There is a verb in the clauses. So that's the difference between a phrase and a clause. So a phrase does not have a verb, and a clause does have a verb, like who, which clause, and adverb clause. Okay, and now look at this example at the very bottom. This is the adverb clause. So this one's going to have a verb with it. It says the soldier sat because his nose was too long. That word was is a verb. Because his nose was too long. Notice it doesn't have because of. That would be a prepositional phrase right here, like this one. But because it just says because his nose was too long, here's the pattern. The WWW word, which is in this one, it's because, plus the subject knows, plus the verb was. Okay, so they want you to see the difference between those two. If it has because of, that's a prepositional phrase. If it just has because, that is one of the words for the adverb clause right here, www.asia.b. Okay, I know, Lizzie, you're traveling, so you probably don't have this right now, but if you guys, if the rest of you have any post-it notes near you, I want you to mark this page. So if you have, oh, Ashlyn's already got it. She's like, I need it. Good job. I get out a post-it, put the sticky part down, and then at the top here on this end where it's sticking out, I want you to write adverb clause because you're going to need to come back to this page. It's you're going to need help with this for a little while until you get it memorized. So write adverb clause on your post-it. I like that. Look how many we have now. We've got like prepositions, we've got helping verbs, we've got coordinating conjunctions, all of those. So this is another one we're going to add here at the very tippy top. Make it stick over the top here a little bit, like that. And it says adverb clause because when you're doing your homework, you're going to need to come back to this page. That's why it's good to mark it, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're done with that. I know, Lizzie, you'll do it later. And if you don't have a post-it right now at home, that's okay. You can do it later after class if you need to. That's okay. You got it, London? Okay, good. And Sawyer, are you done? Got it? Okay, good. Julio, are you good? Okay, awesome. I think we're ready. Let's turn to the practice page. Before we read it, though, I want you to notice that the adverb clause is on here, on your list now. It's right toward the bottom here. I want you next to it, I want you to put www.asia, ASIA.b. Go ahead and write that in to remind you. And does anybody have those words memorized yet? Okay, Sawyer, what are they? Do you remember? Oops, you got to unmute.
So there is when,
Yes.
while, and
Where?
where,
When, while, where? What's this one?
as,
Good.
um, said,
Since. Good. I.
if,
If. A.
as,
No, we already did as. This one's although.
although,
And the B.
because.
Good. You almost have it. You're super, super close. Anybody else want to try it? You think you know those words yet? Ashlyn, what are they?
Uh, when,
Good.
while,
Good.
where,
Good.
as,
Good.
um, oh, I forgot.
Since.
Since, is,
If with an F. If.
uh, uh, eh,
It's okay. You're close.
as, as,
This is
and
although.
be, oh, although,
Yeah.
and because.
And because. Good. You guys got that B. Good. Good job. So you're going to practice this. Remember, I said go tell everybody at home what these words are, and you'll get it memorized. You'll get it. All right. Who wants to read the sentence today? Does anybody feel like reading today? London, go for it.
When they found their unhappy friend who was lying helplessly under the tree, they groaned.
Okay, good. Good job. Couple things. Well, let's talk about the vocabulary really quick. Groaned. Do you guys know what groaned means? Can you unmute and everybody groan? Let me hear a good groan. Usually it happens when you don't feel good. And honestly, I was groaning the other day when I felt really bad. I was just laying in bed like, yeah,
Or zombie groans.
zombies. Oh yeah, in Minecraft. The other thing that's bugging me is this word there. Did you guys notice it's the wrong one? Who can tell me how to spell that? How should we spell there? This is the wrong one. Julio, do you remember how?
T-H-E-R. No, wait. Their.
There you go. That's the one. Their, because it belongs, that the friend belongs to them. So it's their friend. Very good. So we fixed the homophone. Might as well check that. All right. Now, Ashlyn, oh, well, actually, everybody find the article by yourself. That's an easy one. And then Ashlyn, find the two nouns.
Tree and friend.
Tree and friend. Very good. And then let's see, Sawyer, what about the adjective? Or no, the pronouns are next. Sorry. Pronouns.
They,
Good. They.
um,
One more in there.
another they. There's another they.
Another they. By the way, just in case you forgot what pronouns are, they're the words that take the place of a noun. So the word they is plural. That means there was probably a group of people that they're talking about. Instead of saying that over and over again, it helps to have pronouns. Like if I'm going to talk about Sawyer, I'm not going to say Sawyer, Sawyer, Sawyer in every sentence. I would say Sawyer, and then I would say he, right? To tell that's referring back to Sawyer. If I talk about London, I'm going to use she in the sentence because it's talking about her. Okay. So, anyway, that's what pronouns do. They take the place of a noun. And then the next one, let's see, I'm going to have Lizzie do the next one. Oh, you made it back home. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty good. We're on 123. Do you know where the adjectives are?
Unhappy
Good. Unhappy is one.
and
Whose friend is it? There's another adjective here. Whose friend?
there.
There is an adjective. Good. And that's the two, actually. That's it. So remember, adjectives tell about the noun, so they usually tell like which one or what kind or whose. And then London, what about the ly adverb? Where's that at?
Um, helplessly.
Good, helplessly. We're just going to put ly there. I like to save the prepositional phrases, so I'm going to save that, okay? And then Ashlyn, where is the who which clause? Let's do that one next.
Um, who was lying helplessly under the tree?
Very good. It's between those two commas right there. It starts with who, so we're going to put W/W there. Who was lying helplessly under the tree? Use parentheses there. And now the adverb clause. Julio, do you see where that one is? One of those WWW words. See
When?
one? Did you say it?
When?
Yes, when. Good. And that's where it starts. Do you know where it ends? All the way to friend. You see where that comma is? It's this whole part right here. When they found their unhappy friend. That's the adverb clause. There you go. And we're going to label it with AC. It's a new one. Ashlyn?
When you do like the who which clause, the that clause, and the adverb clause, do you do it until the next noun there is?
Not always, but yeah, a lot of times it is that way. You're thinking of the prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase does
Oh.
end on a noun for sure.
Oh, that's what
But
I've been doing in my homework though.
sometimes it does. Sometimes it does end on a noun. But you can look for the comma or the end of the sentence. That's another way to see where it ends. But it's basically that finishing the whole thought together. When they found their unhappy friend, then it goes on to the next one. So you're not ever going to overlap. Okay. So your adverb clause is separate than the who which clause. So sometimes it ends on a noun, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay. That is good with that. And now we have the subject verb pairs. So how about Sawyer? Where are the verbs at? Where are the action words or helping verbs?
So there's found and grown
Good.
and
Yeah.
maybe lying
Groaned
and
and lying. And then there's a helping word, a helping verb right next to lying. You see that one?
a helping verb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It
Uh,
was.
so that's what helping verbs do. Let me just remind you guys, helping verbs help other verbs. They're right next to them. They're helping them. And those are going to be like super small words like was or is or had or have or be. Those types of words right next to another verb are called helping because they're helping each other. Okay, so it's helping. That's one way to remember that. Okay. Subjects now. So London, what subjects go with these verbs? Who found?
Um, they,
They found. Good.
friend,
Nope, that's because you already have a subject here. It's they. This one's a little tricky. So the who which clause? The who is the subject always in a who which clause or which. Whichever one it is, who or which is always the subject. That's something I want you guys to remember, okay? And then there's another subject at the end. Who was it that groaned at the end here?
they,
Good. And they again. So we've got they found, who was lying, those go together, and then they groaned. Okay. Prepositional phrase. You got it, Lizzie? Prepositional phrase. I see Sawyer's hand, but let's see if Lizzie's got it.
Under the tree?
Good. Under the tree. This is the only one we don't have a label on yet. It's pretty easy to spot. Under the tree. And notice there's no verb here. It's just under and then an article the and then the noun tree. Very good. Capital, that's easy. Put that in there. End mark, that's easy. Put that in there. Boom, done. Okay, so you can jump around on your list, remember, and now you've got a new clause to find. You're going to mark it with parentheses, just like we did here, and AC, and look back on that page if you need to for your homework. Okay, we're done with grammar. All right, let's see. You guys were working on Antarctica last week, and I know you might, well, instead of reading the paragraph yet, we're going to wait until we're done with this report and then you guys can share it, okay? Because we have more paragraphs to write. So we're not going to share the paragraph yet, even though I did get to read some of yours on the Google Classroom, and wow, I love it. I can't wait till you're done with this report and then we can share it with each other. So go ahead and get out all the stuff for Antarctica that you have in your front pocket. That's where you keep everything. Let me get my stuff out too. Let's see. Got this. And we got this. And then if you have your paragraph, you don't need it yet, but make sure to get this out though. This is important because we're going to work on this today. Okay. So last week we read the article. We labeled each paragraph, different topics for each paragraph. Then we picked the first one, which was ice. And then you guys finished this at home. Yours should be all the way filled into 5. And then you wrote your paragraph. So you got the first one done. But now we have 2 more. So let's set up your keyword outline first. Okay, so skip a line under clincher, put Roman numeral 2 this time. And again, we're going to do 1 through 5. And the word clincher at the bottom and topic at the top here. And then we're going to set up, I see your hand, hang on, Sawyer. We're going to set up number 3, Roman numeral 3 also. So skip a line. Sawyer, did you want to say something real quick?
Yeah. Are we gonna do 2 paragraphs this time?
We're going to do 2 paragraphs this time. You guys are ready for it. We're going to finish up this report this week. Yep, good question. You already got the first one done. So this week you're going to keep going on that same document. If you're using Google Docs or if you're handwriting it, you're just going to skip a line and keep going because this is going to be one big report. Lizzie?
At the end of class, can I show something that I made last night?
Oh, remind me. Yes, remind me at the end of class, okay? Okay, once you got this done, give me a thumbs up if you have all that numbers written down. Okay, good. Good. I have to blow my nose. I'm going to mute so you don't have to listen to me blow my nose. Okay. Okay now. Ashlyn?
So we're writing 3 paragraphs.
Yep, you already wrote this one.
Okay.
Yep, we're going to do 2 more. So it's going to be 3 altogether.
Oh, wait, but there's 4 paragraphs.
Right. Good observation. But we're only writing 3. So remember how we talked about how we're summarizing? And remember
Yeah.
we talked about that word summarizing. Actually, what we're doing is telling some, S-O-M-E, of the information. So we're not going to write about all the things with Antarctica, only 3 different topics about it. Okay.
Okay, so we're not going to write the one about the people.
Well, I'm going to let you pick. That's the next thing we're going to talk about. So,
Okay.
yep. So, in light of that, and that's good that you brought that up, Ashlyn, go ahead and turn your page over to the back. Remember how we made this list back here? So I'm going to cross out ice because we already wrote about ice. That was paragraph 1. And just like Ashlyn said, there's 3 things left. There's weather, plants and animals, and people. But you're only going to write 2 more paragraphs. But let me stop for a second. I just want you to think about paragraph 2. Let's start with that. I want you to look at what you have left here. You have weather, plants and animals, or people. Which one do you want to write about next? And it can be different than everybody else's. So you can put it in the chat. Go to the chat button. If you click on that button, it'll open up a little chat there, and then you can type in there, what topic are you going to pick for your second paragraph? You can either put weather or plants and animals or people. Lizzie put weather. She wants to write about the weather next. People, good. Ashlyn wants to write about the people. I see that. We're only going to focus on the second paragraph, and then we'll talk about the third topic. So you can think ahead if you know what you want to write after that, but we're just going to focus on Roman numeral 2 first. Plants and animals. Okay, London's going to do that next. If the chat is too hard to figure out, you can just tell me. Weather, I see that, Sawyer. You got weather in there. I think I'm just missing Julio. Oh, Heather. Okay, so Julio's going to do weather and Lizzie's going to do weather. I see that. Good. Most of you are doing weather. And Ashlyn's doing people and London is doing plants and animals. Okay. Oh, you want to do weather instead? That's fine. You can change it. So, okay, whatever you pick though. Go back to this page. Next to Roman numeral 2, the pattern here for your topic is first the subject. Remember, our subject up here is Antarctica. So write down Antarctica first, comma, and then whatever topic you want to write about for your second paragraph, put it here. So if you're writing weather, put down weather. If you're writing about people, put down people. If you're doing plants and animals, you can put down plants and animals. If you're doing weather or people, though, there's going to be an extra word here that you can put. If you're doing weather, you could put a word like freezing or cold or something like that about Antarctica's weather. If you're writing about people, you can put something like explore or visit or another word about people in Antarctica. Julio?
So do we have to do the third word? Do we have to?
Yes, you do, unless you're doing plants and animals, that fits in both. So, but you do need a third word that you can come up with to kind of give an overview of the topic. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Everybody got your 3 words there for your topic on Roman numeral 2? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, I see those. Okay, Sawyer, you need help? What topic did you pick?
I pick weather.
Okay.
And I was thinking coldest.
Coldest. Yep, you could put coldest there for your third word.
And maybe
You can wait and figure that part out later if you guys want to wait for your third word after you read it. That might help too. Okay, keep thinking, Sawyer. Now, whatever topic you picked, I want you to go to that paragraph. So on your article right here, you guys labeled each paragraph, remember? And mine is gone because I erased it, but yours should say ice here, and then it should say weather here. So if you're writing about the weather, you're only going to use that paragraph about weather to find your facts. If you're writing about people, that's back here on the back side. So you have to, whatever topic you picked, go to that paragraph. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? And then you're going to look for facts about that topic. And you should have things underlined already, so you might be ready to go. So I'm going to give you time to kind of work by yourself on this to get some facts written down. And if you need help, oh, you're changing to plants and animals, that's okay. You can do that, Ashlyn. And Lizzie, I like extreme. That would work for describing weather. That's a good one. And then Sawyer, I saw your hand there. Did you have another question?
Yeah. There's not enough sentences for 5 on weather.
On weather? I think you could come up with 5. You can. So I can help you with that. Ashlyn, did you have something to say?
Uh, I was going to plants and animals. Do I put my topic in there?
Yeah, so yours is going to say Antarctica, plants, animals. You don't have room for
Okay.
anything else. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then when you go to look for your facts, you're going to only look at that paragraph that's labeled plants and animals. Okay, you got that. So I'm going to help Sawyer. Oh, wait, Julio, did you have a question?
Oh, I'm gonna choose what was the word? I'm gonna choose one of the um strong verbs for the weather, and then so I'm gonna use a strong verb, so I already have strong verb in there.
That's smart. Which one did you pick?
I'm still gonna pick.
You're
So.
still thinking, okay, that's good. Yeah. And if you guys think ahead about your dress up words like that, that's always helpful too. You can always put your dress up word on the outside of your outline here if you want to remember to use it in that sentence. That's another thing you can do, which helps. Make a little note over here if you're like, man, I know a good ly word to use with that sentence. You can put it over here in the margin. Okay. So going back to Sawyer, and you guys can start working. I see that you are. That's good. Go ahead and start working. And Sawyer, I'm going to help you for a minute.
Okay,
You,
is
huh?
is winds a strong verb or something?
No, that's going to be more like a noun. So, a strong verb would be like, um, hmm,
I'm good with ly adverbs. I got so
mhm.
bored.
Let's
Like a
see.
dartboard, and there's tons of them. There's tons of ly adverbs.
There is that word recorded. Did you see that word? That is a strong verb.
Oh,
So, yeah,
it
and
said.
you're right. You can use recorded as like it says
Oh,
it's the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth.
okay.
Yeah. So you could put something like on number 1 here. You could put coldest temp for short. Here, I'll help you with this one. This is going to be about weather. Coldest temp, and maybe draw a little earth.
I just put an arrow at recorded and said strong verb.
That's a good one too, to do it that way. And then I'm going to put it right here, recorded, and it was in 1983. 83. And it was -128.6 degrees. There's a lot of words to put here. That's probably what I would put for my number 1 if you want to copy that. This is for weather. If you guys are working on weather, you can copy that or do your own. If you're working on plants and animals, remember you're only going to look at that other paragraph about plants and animals or people. Ashlyn, did you have a question?
My second thing uh Underlined was there are numerous species of mosses and liverworts, but only two species of flowering plants which grow in the summer and disappear at the beginning of winter. I don't know what to put.
Yeah, that's a long one, huh? So you have a choice. You can either just put part of it, or you can use two numbers. Like if you want to do the first half of that sentence for two and the second half of the sentence for three, that's okay too. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, good. London, did you have a question?
This is what I put for the mosses and liverworts.
Okay.
I put mosses, liverworts, um, the number two, and a picture of a flower, and then plants.
Ooh, good one. That's a good one, Ashlyn. That's a good idea.
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, perfect. You guys are thinking the same. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. That's good. So how about you, Julio? Did you write something for number one yet?
I'm on the same one, so I wrote what you wrote.
Okay, so you're doing weather too? Okay, so see if you can do number two. So Sawyer and Julio, you guys work on number two for weather, okay? And Lizzie's doing weather too. Did you come up with one and two yet? What did you get?
On number 2, I put winds, and then I put 100 mph,
Okay.
and then I drew like, what is it? I drew it part of a car and put like little holes in it to represent old,
Okay.
and then I drew like this little snow,
Okay.
and then I put mountain, and then I drew a mountain, and then I put an arrow on top to make peak.
Oh, wow. Okay. As long as you can remember what all that is, that's good. I like it.
And also my rooster keeps cock-a-doodle doing again. Much more than before. He keeps
Once they figure it out, they don't stop. I know. Mine do it too, all day long. That's funny. Okay, Julio, you got your next one? What'd you put?
I put blizzards, comma, usually, comma, X and X for,
Okay.
and then snowfall.
Nice. And you got your usually. That's a good ly adverb. You can use it. Usually. Maybe underline it so you don't forget when you go to write that paragraph. That's a good one. London, how about you? What number are you working on right now?
3.
On number three? Okay, good. What do you have so far for three?
I was thinking to do the at the end of summer they migrate north to warmer regions.
Okay.
So maybe like something for end,
Okay.
and then like something like a sun, and then north
Okay.
and migrate.
That's good. Did you talk about before that one? Did you talk about those animals, the seals and the whales?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, because those need to probably go together. You're talking about the seals and the whales, and then how they migrate. Migrate. Sounds like you got it though. That's good. Okay, keep going. Good job. Ashlyn?
For my fourth one, I did in my one, I put um search. It was the one that was when the mammals and seals when they search for food.
Okay.
I put like like when I forgot what they called, like what the things the detectives use to look
Like a
for.
magnifying glass?
Oh yeah, a magnifying glass. And
Okay.
then I took fish because I knew that's what they eat.
Okay.
Um, and then I made like a sun for summer, and then
That's
I
good.
put a skate, and then I put wind.
Oh, good. I like that. Very good, Ashlyn. Nice job. Sawyer, I see your hand there.
Um, so I've done only two.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you two because I did this cool thing. So
Okay.
I put blizzard, usually underlined,
Hmm.
new, but I draw little snowflakes next to it.
Oh,
It's snowfall, new snowfall.
okay. Good. Let me look at that. Oh, but it says it does not bring new snowfall. So you might need an X somewhere so it's not new. Does that make sense?
Oh, I'm just gonna circle it and then just put a line through it.
Yes. Yes. Good. I like that. Yep. Okay, so what we need to do right now, I know some of you are still working and a couple of you are done with the 5. It's okay if you're only on 2 or 3, don't worry. But what I want you to get started with the next one, because remember, you guys are actually going to do 2 paragraphs this week. I know. You got this, Julio. You can do this. So next to Roman numeral 3, I want you to stop where you're at right now and go to Roman numeral 3 and write Antarctica again, because that's the subject, Antarctica. And then you're going to pick a different topic from back here. So if you already did weather, you're going to pick one of the other ones. If you already did plants and animals, you're going to pick a different one. Okay, so pick a different topic for Roman numeral 3. If you're doing plants and animals here, obviously you already have 2 spots, plants and animals. But if you're doing weather, think of another word about the weather. If you're doing people, think about another word for the people. And give me a thumbs up when you got it, and then you can just unmute and tell me what it is. Do you have a question, Ashlyn?
I said I was going to do the weather one
Okay.
last. For my last one, I said Antarctica, weather, and severe because like it's cold.
Ooh, I like that. Really, really good. I like that word severe. That would be a good quality adjective that you're using. And then Julio,
I'm doing plants and animals.
plants and animals. So that's easy. You just do Antarctica, plants, animals. Good.
Yeah,
What else? What are you going to do, London?
Um, I
For the-
think I'm gonna do weather.
Okay. So whether Ashlyn's word was severe, or you could put extreme, or you can put cold, something like that. Julio, did you want to tell me something else? It sounded like you were going to say something else.
I might actually draw a plant, and then I might do what I did with the weather one. I might save some room for uh um a strong verb or something.
Oh, you can do that. I'm okay with that. That's a good idea. How about Lizzie? What did you choose for your third topic here?
The first one,
The third one. Yeah, like what topic are you going to write this one about?
plants and animals.
Oh, plants and animals. Okay. And then Sawyer, what are you going to do?
Um, I it's not about that.
Oh, okay.
Two more sentences, and I counted all the sentences, and there's only 3. Wait, no. Mm,
And you're talking about the weather. Let's see. 1, 2,
There's only 4.
3. Okay, you're right. There's only 4, but the good news is some of those sentences have more than one fact in them. Like,
I did
um,
really funny for 3. I put winds 100 for miles per hour.
oh yeah.
I call it
Oomph. That's funny.
I put blast mountain. I draw a peak of a mountain because it says mountain peaks.
Yes, that was good. That's good. I like
Just put
that.
mountain peaks. Like, what about the mountain peaks?
Right. You probably need a snowflake, huh? Or a blast. Yeah.
Winds too.
Ah,
No,
yes.
wind blasting the peak.
So that could be an example of one you might need two numbers for because it has so much information in it. You might have to split that one up into two different numbers. Then you'll have your 5. Does that make sense, Sawyer?
Okay, like old snow.
Yeah, if you need to use an extra line to explain that part.
Powerful winds.
Uh-huh. Yep. Did you already say something about the blizzards?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can use powerful winds as another line if you need to. You can spread them out a little bit. Lizzie?
On the back page, I put this for weather. I don't know if you can see it.
On the back page. Oh, that is more about the plants and animals, though.
Yes, I kind of got confused.
Yeah, so you might have to change that one. Make sure you only stay on the weather because I know it sounds like um there's not enough information here, but you can kind of split up a couple of these sentences onto two different lines. Remember, whatever topic you guys pick, only use that paragraph for that information. Try your best to stay with only that paragraph. You guys are doing good.
I'm on the last sentence. I'm almost finished.
Good. Good job, Sawyer.
First paragraph.
For the next, yeah, for paragraph 2. Okay, good.
For paragraph 1. I mean 2, yeah.
Yeah, because you already did that one. Okay. Yeah. And then did you already pick your topic for this one though?
I was thinking plants and animals.
Good. I like that too. That's a good one for that.
Because
You have a
people
lot.
is not that interesting. We're people.
I know. I agree. I mean, but some people might want to write about that still, so that's okay. Ashlyn.
My last sentence, I was doing the migrate one.
Okay.
I made like an arrow and then made a sun for summer and then migrate and for north another sun for like warmer region and then
Mhm.
with another sun.
Oh, wow. Lots of suns on there. That's good. I like it. As long as you can remember what that means, that's good. You got it. All right, you guys, I want you to finish up the word you're working on right now and then pause for a second because I want to talk about your checklist before you go. That went by fast, huh? So finish up the word you're on. Oops. And then I'm going to show you this checklist really quick. You used it already for your first paragraph, so I know you know what's on here. Don't forget to use this because this is how I grade your homework. This is how I give you a score. Yeah, I see you nodding. That's good. So if you forgot a dress up, I'm going to tell you that in the Google Classroom, and I'm going to say, I like your paragraph, but you forgot a dress up word. You need to make sure to put it in there. And then I might give you like 9.5 or something like that. Your goal is to get 10 points. So if you have anything less than 10, that means you forgot something or you accidentally used a banned word. So watch out for those because I take points off for that. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4 dress ups, and you have your topic clincher rule. Don't forget that one. That's for every paragraph. Okay, Ashlyn, and then I see Julio's hand.
Oh, I was just starting. But was recorded a strong verb?
Yes, recorded is a strong verb. Yep. Good question. Julio, did you have something to say?
We'll have to get more banned words. They're kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get more. Don't worry. We'll get more. That's funny. I think you're the first student ever that said that. Most of the time I say, okay, we have new banned words, and everybody's like, oh, why? Why do we have to have banned words? See, like Lizzie, she does it every time. It's like, I'll remember that, Julio. That's funny. All right, you guys, that's it for today. So what you're going to do is finish 2, Roman numeral 2, only on that paragraph, whatever topic you picked. Finish paragraph, or I mean, Roman numeral 3. You're going to do Roman numeral 2 and 3. This one, make sure you stick with just that topic, whatever you picked. And then you're going to write 2 more paragraphs this week. So put it under the one about ice. Go under that and make sure to indent. Some of you are forgetting that part, to indent. That means leave a space at the beginning. You know how here, see that little indent? You're going to leave a space and then start the next paragraph, okay? Ashlyn?
Once I had to return something in, but then I forgot to indent it, so I had to return it in, and then I forgot to do something else, and then I had to return it in.
Ah, if you forget to indent, just draw a little arrow and you can, so that I know you forgot that part, but you meant to indent. That's okay too. Okay. And London?
Can I share something?
Oh yeah, yes you can. And then I think Lizzie was going to share something really quick too. But if you have to go, you can leave. Okay, guys, we're done with class. So go ahead, London.
Let me go get it.
Oh, okay. Ashlyn, did you have something to say real quick? Make sure you guys keep all this stuff in your front pocket, by the way. Ooh, is that? Go a little closer to the camera. Is that your paragraph about Antarctica? Oh, wait, you're muted. Hold on. I can't hear you.
It's about rainforest.
Oh, for a different class?
Yeah.
Wow, you wrote a lot. Look at that. Nice. Lizzie's giving you a clap. Woohoo. Lizzie, what do you want to share? And then we'll go to London.
Okay, so I built this last night before sleeping,
Okay.
and it has working stuff. This is a playground.
Ooh, that's cool. Out of Legos? That's cool.
Yeah, so like this, you can put a person here. Sometimes you have to pull up their hands because it won't work. Or put
Oh,
them in the
okay.
middle, and then just spin them.
Oh, like a little merry-go-round.
Yeah, and this one
Cool.
as well, it'll spin. This one's sort of like a spaceship.
Oh, yeah, that's
Spin.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and a slide. And monkey bars.
I'm
Ah.
not sure what these are called. Here, let me find it. That where you just run and then it'll just change.
Oh, it's a teeter-totter.
Yeah.
Teeter-totter. So you can put 2 guys on there and they could go up and down.
Yeah,
That's
and I
cool.
put like little stepping stones for fun.
That's really cool. I like it. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. Um, Sawyer, did you want to say something else? And then I see Ashlyn's hand. If you have to go, though, it's okay if you need to leave. In fact, let me stop recording here.